If someone would have told me my 7th grade year that I would be introducing Bella's, or as some of her closer peers like to call her, Bella's, senior speech, I never would have believed them because me and Bella weren't even friends 6 years ago. Our friendship didn't begin until 8th grade, and don't ask Bella or me how it happened though, because we honestly can't even answer that question ourselves. So it simply just happened, and I'm so thankful it did. Because without Bella, the past 5 years of my life would be completely different. As you all may or may not know, Bella is a very special girl. She is well known by many of her multiple outstanding achievements and for being committed to her Jewish roots. However, she does suffer from a few serious conditions. She is an insane hypochondriac, meaning that she always thinks something is wrong with her. And whatever is wrong with her, her illness is always the worst. So, this unfortunately does not complement well with her chronic condition of clumsiness. Way back when, on our beloved freshman trip to Dauphin Island, Bella was involved in a rigorous match of badminton on the beach. She was going for a nice shot, and she completely wiped out, scraped up her knee, and from that moment on, the badminton game was officially over, and it was urgent that I go immediately with her to find the first aid kit in sight to give her antibiotics to heal the scrape. And also, Bella suffers from a slightly inflated ego.
What?
Being the lax star that she is, when in her process of making recruiting videos for college, Bella recorded that she could run a 40-yard dash in 4.6 seconds. Congrats, Bells! You can run as fast, if not faster, than an NFL wide receiver. Keep up the good work, champ. Bella, despite your special flaws, you've been one of the greatest friends a girl like me could have. You're one of the hardest working people I know, but you're also one of the most giving. You give more than you take, and you bring a type of positivity into people's lives that can never be forgotten. You have so much ahead of you, and I know as you grow up in life, whatever it is you decide to pursue, you'll be successful. I love you to the moon and back, and although you're going to have to find somebody new next year to cut apple slices for you every morning, she doesn't know how. She is. Know that when in doubt, you can always come home to me, and I'll do it for you in a heartbeat. Good luck on your speech, Bobo. I know you'll do great.
Throughout my 17 years of life, I've been blessed with having Greta Levine as my darling little sister. Even though most of the time I'm thinking about ways to get her to stop coming into the senior lounge, I know that my life would not be the same without her. From day one, Greta has followed me around trying to mimic every move that I made. When I was young, it drove me crazy, but today I have learned to take it as a compliment. I do not know what I'm going to do without my partner in crime next year. Greta and I have been through so much together, and the thought of not having her come into my room every morning to borrow a sweatshirt or ride me to school makes me so sad. Even though we will not be physically in the same place, I know that we will still talk to each other every day. Greta and I have had our fair share of fights throughout the years. Most of them were so minuscule that to this day, I can't remember the reason if my life depended on it. Through every argument, I have learned little lessons on how to become a better sister. I now know that I cannot resort to screaming every time Greta takes something of mine without asking. Sometimes I feel that we are so close that because we are together all the time, we argue about the silliest things. Greta, I hope I have not let you down in any way. Everyone makes mistakes in life, but the people that learn from them are the most intelligent. While I want Greta to learn from her mistakes, I feel that she needs to learn from mine too. It is an older sister's job to teach her younger sister the difference from right and wrong. Sisters and brothers are supposed to look out for each other, and that is what I'm going to do today. So, while Greta is still only a freshman, I want to give you all some important lessons that I know will not be taught from anyone else. These lessons are not only from my mistakes, but from Greta's as well. She and myself needs to learn from these instances. As an older sister, I want Greta to be as brilliant and successful as she could possibly be. and I hope that with the information that I'm about to give, all of you will come out of this speech stronger and more aware. First things first, 6th graders cannot be asked to prom. Years ago, Greta had the ego of Blake Lively and thought that as a 6th grader, she could be asked to prom by a high school boy. This was not the case, and she eventually found out that only high school students could go to prom. Greta was not happy about the rules and wanted to have an immediate meeting with the head of the school to change them. But rules are rules and they must be followed. Second, always stand up for yourself. I know from experience that you could not live your life happily by pleasing everyone else. You will never be able to have your voice heard, and trust me, you want people to hear you. So, I want everyone to make sure that you do not waste any time putting others before yourself. Throughout a good amount of my life, I only thought about how to make people around me happy. I never thought about myself, and in the end, it hurt me. Everyone deserves to be a little selfish at times. Just make sure you don't overuse that privilege. Third, don't take yourself seriously all of the time. There are times when you're going to be made fun of. It happens to everyone. The best thing that you can do is to laugh at yourself. I am consistently making stupid comments that result in bantering from my classmates. But by not taking myself seriously, I learned to not make those mistakes again and to look back on them as funny experiences. For example, after I accidentally put on my recruiting video that I ran a 4.640, I laughed at myself. And after Avery and I face planted down Riley Vanderbilt's steps, we could always laugh at ourselves. Fourth, never take your family for granted. Family is the most important aspect of our lives, and we cannot forget to spend time with the people we love. One day, our grandparents, aunts, uncles won't be with us anymore, and the last thing I want for anyone to feel is regret because he or she didn't spend enough time with their family. So, go spend the night at your grandparents' house and spend some time with your aunts and uncles. Even go hang out with your cousins sometimes. I know they will love to see you. Last but not least, the most important lesson for life is to appreciate everything you have. We are all extremely lucky to go to collegiate. I know that sounds cliche, but it's the truth. There are thousands of people out there who would kill to have our lives, and I know that it can be difficult to just take things for granted. For example, my cousin Hazel is suffering with lymphoma. Every day she has to wake up and think about the next time she has to sit through hours of chemo. She has taught me to appreciate not only my life, but also my family. We all take our lives for granted, including myself. For everyone, think every day about how lucky you really are. Take a step back and appreciate your family. So Greta, I'm saying all of this out loud to you, but really it's just as important for me as it is for you. You teach me so many lessons every day of my life, and I am trying to repay you the favor by giving you some pointers myself. While I'm pretty sure that you want to storm onto the stage and rip my speech into little pieces, I want you to know how much I love you. Even though some lessons were humiliating, this is where you can just take it and laugh at yourself. I want you to know that these mistakes are also a reminder for myself. I too need to learn from my mistakes, and having you there to help me get back onto my feet when I fall means the world to me. Next year when we are apart, I know we will always be there for each other.